Bon, allez. Yo, tout le monde. Bon, on va y aller. On va essayer de terminer. Normalement, ça n'est pas bien loin de la fin. Ça, après, on aura l'épisode 3 à faire et ça sera bon. Petite seconde. Hop, nickel. Alors, jouer seul, oui. Lourd fardeau, ouais. C'est parti. On va essayer de ne pas faire mourir tout le monde. Ça, c'est pas dit.
Daniel, you out here? Shit.
Shit.
You see Daniel out here?
No, he's not here yet.
Okay, let's keep going. Daniel will be okay. He'll catch us up.
Ok. Ah, oula, 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 oula.
Daniel! You okay?
Daniel, please answer me!
Rien avec son téléphone. Oh, augmente. Mais le flash.
Daniel? Where are you, buddy?
Andrew! Hey! You guys!
I'm up here!
Boy, am I happy to see you.
At least I'm not the only one damp and disheveled.
Lui s'était fait attaquer dans son cuisine.
Any of you spotted that kid, Mary?
Not seen her.
Secret trouvé, ok.
Nice. We'll try to forget I just saw this.
La maison Clark, ok. Brûle en enfer. Accusé, Clark est retrouvé sur les lieux avec une boîte d'allumettes dans les mains d'avoir provoqué l'incendie quand Clark a quitté le poste de police. Brûle en enfer. Ok. C'est qu'il est bien, lui. Allez, on se casse, on se casse, on se casse.
You see that?
Piste gamine.
Stay on your toes. Anything could happen.
No one in Little Hope is safe while you still draw breath, Joseph. You must die today. Not even your wife Amy was spared your lust to serve Satan.
Damn me if you must. You're not fit. Speaking of my late wife.
There is still fight in you. I must drive the devil out for the safety of everyone here.
Oh, No one is safe.
Joseph, do you renounce the devil and all his teachings?
I carry no sin. I'm no disciple of the devil. Our town is infected with madness. Brought here by Satan's servants. Barely.
We have to stop this.
Get away!
You give me that!
Look! See how this poor child is tormented. Joseph still clutches her with the devil's hand. More stones! The devil must be crushed from within him. Do not flinch. The fate of little Hope rests in your hands.
Ils sont sérieux. Allez, résiste. De toute façon, c'était biaisé. Et je l'aide lui. Regardez. Il a pacté avec le démon. J'aide l'autre. Regardez. Il sort du démon. C'était biaisé, c'était biaisé. Le jeu ne veut pas qu'on gagne.
We're screwed. There is no way out from this nightmare. We don't have a lot of time.
Time for what?
John! What are you doing?
I can't get away from this thing. You saw what happened to Taylor. I'm not going the same way.
Are you crazy? We gotta move!
I'm not waiting around to watch you get yourself killed! This is suicide!
Angela!
Oh putain, les morts vont comme ça.
Come on, you fuck! I'm ready!
Et cours. Ah.
Angela!
Oh, la vieille, elle va mourir, c'est sûr.
How's that feel, fucker?
Elle court.
It won't open.
Get inside! Get in here!
Oh, cette action de malade.
We gotta go! Like now! Thing is only interested in me! Get out of here! Go! I'll hold it back!
You can get away! Escape! I did! You don't have to do this!
This is stupid! Get out of there! Is it gone? I don't see it anymore.
J'aurais éclaté la tête avec la...
If you had been there.
Where in God's name are we now? Place looks like it burnt down. Something here isn't right.
The sooner we get away from here, the better I'll feel.
Chaud. Chaud patate. Of age. Ok, on peut pas... Ah, copier, attends, il y a un passage là. Oh. Elle m'a fait dresser les cheveux sur la tête. Ah, quelque chose. Ouh, cette gamine. Je peux plus rien faire. Non. Non. Ah. Cool, merci. Yves, ça peut planter le PC. Pas. Non. Pas de réponse. Consommation très élevée. plantage. Merci. Oh, cool. Plantage. Allez hop. Premier plantage. À la fin du jeu, premier plantage. Non. Ah, bon, je vous adore, mais là... pas cool. C'est pas cool le plantage. Ah, j'espère qu'il me... Ça serait bien qu'il me fasse revenir là. Ah non. Boucle complète, maison en ruine. Ok. Ok, ok. Bon, bah, je refais pas le QTE où je me suis loupé, mais j'ai quand même réussi à... Ouais, ok. Je suis là. Si on va là, il y a quoi? Oh, comment elle me fait flipper, cette gamine! Le guide moderne des bons parents. Putain, hein. James, c'est un petit novembre 1948.
You're gonna want to see this.
Angela and I were married.
This makes less and less sense.
Ok. Donc ça c'est bon. Là, normalement là il n'y a rien. Ok. Donc. En fait, pourquoi je regarde? Faudrait pas que je regarde. Parce que si je regarde, ça les ramène. Ah, je suis foutu.
They don't notice me at all. They don't care.
Oui. Attends, et là, il y avait pas un truc... Voilà. Lettre du révérend Carson. Septembre 71. Merci pour votre lettre au sujet de Megan. C'est sûr que le comportement rebelle de votre fille n'a rien d'inhabituel. J'ai aidé des parents à confronter au même problème et je serais ravi de vous aider à remettre Megan sur le droit chemin. Un passage du verset 11 chapitre 12 des Hébreux dit que toute mesure de discipline nous semble douloureuse, mais qu'ultérieurement elle apporte la paix. Ok. Battez votre enfant, allez-y. Venez me voir après l'office ce dimanche afin que nous convenions d'une heure pour les séances personnelles. Révérend Carson. Moyen se révélant. Je le sens moyen. Combat qui vont tous mourir. Ça va être la fête. Ok, attendez, là, il y a ici. Là, il n'y a rien. Là, il y a quelque chose là. Oh, ok.
What's that?
Most likely the girl up there. We need to find her.
Oh, ça a dû être chaud pour les acteurs. Bon, après, chaud c'est un grand mot.
She's in here. Stay here.
Hey, Bigfoot, mind the goddamn vinyl, will ya? Andrew, it's a trick.
Oh, ma question sauté. Oh, la connasse.
He knows I was about to confess all to the judge.
No,
Will
wait.
you protect me? You must.
Wait, this isn't right. No way.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
Oh, le bâtard.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This puppet was mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
This is crazy. These people have lost it.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this
see
child
how.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's indulgence. Please guide me at this time. I seek your counsel.
And Mary alone, and it is the devil's instrument.
We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court. Carver, he's the evil one. We have been swayed by malice. The truth hidden from us, but not by Mary. Reverend Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this town purged of all evil.
He knows what he's talking about. Carver is the guilty one here.
What must I do to bring Little Hope back into the light? I fear the Reverend and what he is capable of. You have to stop Carver. It's him, don't you get it? He's condemning Mary to take the heat off himself. I know what must be done here.
Putain. Putain, il va le tuer.
Be still. What is the meaning of this outrage?
What I have just learned sickens me to my core. There are serious questions which must be asked of you. How can a man of God conduct himself in such a way? Mary, your suffering is at an end. You are free to leave.
Fool! Misled by a child! Do you not see what she is? The truth stares at you from the depths of hell, yet you see nothing! The devil's daughter has deceived you all! Not me! I see her! I see her! Satan's whore! You will pay heavily for your crimes. I was one of the first to fall under your spell. Now all of Little Hope is mesmerized by you.
I have not the words. Without you, I will be dead. You saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
Non, dis-moi pas qu'elle me l'a fait à l'envers.
But I didn't save you.
Hein?
You pulled one out there, man. Nailed the priest, got the kid off the hook. Good job. We should go.
Oh, je les ai tous sauvés.
Tell me what happened. You see the girl, Mary?
We're all done. Good to go. All thanks to my man Andrew here.
Mais non. Ah non, je les ai pas tous sauvés. Putain. Non. Moi, j'ai sauvé que les bonhommes.
Hey! I'm real sorry. I know it wasn't your fault. Both of us been through some real tough time these past years. About half a mile or so, there's a diner with a working phone. You call for help and you leave this place. And don't you ever come back. Ain't nothing left here for you.
Quoi? Oh là là, j'ai rien compris. Lui, il était jeune, mais lui aussi.
I'm real sorry for what I've put you all through.
Ah, moi, j'en ai sauvé quoi? 3 sur 5 pour un premier run?
We've all
Ça
had
va.
one hell of a rough night. You more than anyone.
That's gonna haunt me forever.
You're not alone here.
Take it easy on
We've all
yourself.
been through
You know
hell.
that, right?
We're finally getting out of
You
this
can't
hell.
blame yourself for anything.
Voilà.
I just wish we all could have made it.
We're diverting all traffic through Little Hope. You okay, buddy? You seem a little confused.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to get these folks to where they need to be.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Il était tout seul depuis le début. Oh là 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 là, c'est quoi ce délire?
Can everyone just shut up? This isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here. Hi there. How you doing? Excuse me, but we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny. Sounds like you could use a drink.
Better not, thanks. I need to keep a clear head.
Ah ouais.
Anything you can do to help us would be greatly appreciated.
There's no goddamn us. What the hell is going on in there?
Get the hell out of here!
I'll go once I look you in the eye. Now let me in! Hey!
I don't think he gets how bad a mess we're in.
Mais non. En fait, il était tous des hallucinations.
That's it. Game over. You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result. That's the problem with demons. If you don't lay them to rest, they will haunt you forever. Not a bad effort. Some found redemption, some didn't. All your doing. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him. Till we meet again. Maybe in the South Pacific, or the Arabian desert, or somewhere else. But we will meet again.
T'inquiète.
At least one more time.
Ah, c'était bien cool. On va passer là, c'est JMCR, hein, s'il vous plaît. Bon, bah non, on peut pas passer.
Won't you spare me over for another year?
Ouais. C'est un peu JMC et tout ça. Faire striker, moi. Non mais bien. Original ce fin. Ça change des Un of Medan, le Kingdom. Bon, moi, j'aimerais bien voir, s'il vous plaît, les bonus que j'ai débloqués. Ce serait vraiment pas mal, s'il vous plaît. Le seul truc que je regarde, c'est ça. On va pouvoir passer. Oh, on attend. J'aurais pas fait le choix de sauver la petite fille. Ouh là 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 là, ça aurait été la merde pour tout le monde. Ouais. Bah, vas-y, quand tu veux. Oh putain, ils sont longs leur générique de fin là. Non, ça c'est peut-être pas JMCA, on verra. Allez à la fin. Oui, merci. You
believe in God?
Absolutely not.
We'll start believing. We are under attack by I don't know what. And you wouldn't believe me even if I tried. Hell, I don't believe it and I was there.
In Sumerian myth, they say the souls of the dead went deep underground to the House of Ashes, where they lived on dust, plagued by the demons of the underworld.
House of Edge, le 23. Nous pourrons y jouer. Trop hâte. Trop hâte. Bonus! Allez, on va pouvoir voir les bonus. Conception des démons, entretien. Vas-y, on voit.
I just saw someone in the woods. Okay, very good. We're freaked. Who's there?
Whoever you are, this isn't funny at all.
The demons are an integral part of the story of Little Hope. It's the crux of a lot of the things that happen, and that informs a large part of what we're doing. The starting point for each of the demons was the style of execution. They're based on a character that gets killed. That then informs how the character behaves, how it moves, how it sounds, and those are all brought together to give us that convincing, terrifying demon.
In order to make convincing demons, you need to ground them in nature. So what we do is we use our understanding of anatomy and our deep understanding of biomechanics and the principles of the way things move and the way things actuate, and we apply this to the demon design. We obviously start with the production design. The production design is a drowned demon. What we need to do then is look for extra reference. We have to look at stuff like autopsies. We'd look at what happens to the skin when it gets exposed to water for a long time. We have to look at creatures from underwater. We look at various types of fish. Loads of images and real-world reference helps, although it's slightly gruesome.
This particular demon we're looking at is the one that's been hung. We didn't want to show the whole of this character, and right from the beginning we said, let's focus on the areas which are the most terrifying. And so the overall silhouette of the character was to be like this twisted rope. Her limbs had coiled, and so we were exaggerating the metaphor of this hanging. 1,000 years of being trailed along the ground, it had worn away her feet, the bones being worn down, the nails being broken off. She'd been in pain for a long time. The most key of all of the elements was the face and how we framed that, and that was that broken, twisted neck, one eye remaining, a tear coming out because it's that last remains of her soul. The noose was digging into her neck, and her tongue was actually so bloated and grown that that actually became a feature for us in the game, that tongue actually becomes a grapple to get hold of some of the characters.
To animate a demon, we would start with looking at how they walk or move forward. Some of them are dragging themselves, and then also how they would attack their victims, just flesh out the layout and the choreography of it. Mocap is a big help. Obviously, it's a lot faster than keyframing from scratch. So we decided to use it as a base for some of them, and then we would layer on top of that all the characteristics that bring them to life, even though they're dead.
The Crush Demon in particular was difficult to work with because we weren't able to use motion capture footage, so that is going to be completely hand animated. So that meant we were really starting from scratch. All the other demons, we did use actors' footage, so we have a lot of actors with spikes tied to them, limping across the scene.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
On the Broke Demon, we asked the actor to use various props to try and achieve the sort of movement that we wanted. And I think he did a great job. It was really successful. We've had to, again, add on to that to help with the weight and the believability.
We take our initial cues for the sound of the demons from the visuals, and they look fantastic. But then we have to take the sound of the demons beyond the visuals to give them a really strong otherworldly presence. We need each of the demons to be individually recognizable whilst maintaining that uncomfortable unfamiliarity for the player. So at distance you might hear the chains clanking or the vocal screams. But when you get close up to the demons, you hear lots of detail, the cracking of skin, the creak of the chains, the breaths or the sound of the icky vomit. We really want the player to feel the breath through the sound of the demon on their face.
Angela, no!
When we're thinking about the camera work for the demons, one thing that was really at the forefront of my mind was trying not to show too much, trying not to lose all restraint, and I think that's a really easy trap to fall into with CG in general, and especially with games that you've got all these monsters that you've built and you've spent a lot of time working on, and it's really easy just to go straight to putting everything on screen. But thinking back to some classic horrors, classic monster movies, a lot of times there the directors had to use a lot of restraint and just show little bits and pieces because they didn't have that kind of budget or that kind of effect to really make it convincing. And there's something about that I really like that I wanted to bring back to Little Hope. So when I was directing the camera team, I asked them to show little bits, little glimpses, a clawed hand here, a shadow on the wall there, the chains rattling, whatever the key characteristics were of that demon. The interesting thing with that is that I think sometimes your imagination as a viewer fills in the blanks in a far more terrifying way than we really could. So we tried to build up that suspense working up to this big reveal where you finally see full on in the light, this thing that's been hunting you down in all its gross, horrific glory. With the demon scenes, lighting definitely had a key part to play as well. It had to work complementary to what we wanted to do with the cameras, but also there's some very specific things you can do with lighting that really lent itself to this task. So one of the big ones was the use of silhouettes. The demons have really interesting form and really interesting shapes. They're very unusual, you know, these humanoid creatures all distorted, and we wanted to use that without revealing too much. So quite often we tried to use backlighting, or the fog that's present all through Little Hope is a really useful tool for silhouettes, as you can have this nice separation with a brighter background and then have the creature dark in the foreground. It was a nice way to make them feel even more gross than they really were.
The Little Hope narrative is extremely multi-layered, and the demons not only represent the tortured souls of the characters, but they also represent the psychological trauma that humans can obtain through witnessing traumatic events. So when the game opens in the prologue and the main character is witnessing these traumatic events, we underscore this with really strong male Gregorian choir, which we use later in the game when the demons are attacking, to really strengthen and reference that psychological trauma with the tormented souls of the characters.
Run! Now!
The broken demon's the most terrifying because of the way it moves. It's really unsettling because you can't anticipate where it's going to go next. All the limbs are breaking and it's all moving in a really erratic way. So if you were to try and escape from it, you wouldn't know where to go because it might go there or it might go over here. So that's the most terrifying in terms of unpredictability, I suppose, and having a deep effect on your psyche.
Interestingly, when you work at Supermassive, you get immune to horror. That's one thing I've definitely noticed. The powers of horror somehow get lost in me every time I'm watching a horror movie. I don't get so scared anymore just because I see this stuff every day. But doing those demon scenes, I must admit, even watching them back as they were work in progress, it was always like fairly distressing and fairly horrific. So hopefully some of that comes across in the experience for the player too.
Ah, moi, il y a une scène qui m'a bien fait sursauter aussi. C'est la gamine. Ah, putain. Ok. Nice. Collection. On va voir vite fait ce qu'on a récolté quand même. Hein, le minimum. Oh, il m'en manque. Hein. Il m'en manque. Trouver dans boucle complète. Il en manque pas mal là. Là j'ai dû trouver pas mal de trucs quoi. Ah, pas tant que ça en fait. Ouais, la lettre. Ok. Ouais, le dessin. Ok. Ça va, on a... Pour un premier run, c'était pas mal, on va dire. 3 sur 5 de sauver. C'est une bonne moyenne. Bon, moi, je vais m'arrêter quelques... peut-être 10-15 minutes. Et je reviens sur autre chose. Quoi, je sais pas encore, je vais voir. Bon, bah à tout de suite. Bah à tout à l'heure. Autrement, bonne soirée à tous. Des bisous. Ciao, ciao.